Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're all well. I've been a demonstrator for almost 8 years and I'm very happy with the way things are going at the moment. I'm just going to mention a couple of things before we start. Just with my Facebook group, which is Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. You're welcome to join or send a request to join my group, but just be mindful that there are 2 questions in there that you need to answer. One is why you wish to join my group, and the other one is that you agree to the rules of the group. I also have a Facebook page, and in that's called Cards by Laura. This is where I display all my cards from my classes and workshops and those that I sell at my market stall each month. If you'd like to go and have a look in there, there are no PDFs in there. All the PDFs from my YouTube videos and my live videos in my group all go into the Files tab in this Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. So if you're looking for something in particular, just go in there and have a look. On to today's project. That's all I've got to mention there. These are what I have made. They're handy at this time of the year for little gifts for school teachers or just little friends that you work with in the office, or just a little gift to say hi. I've scaled, this is the original one I made, which is a little higher at the back here, but you needed a length of 12 inches long to create this one. So I thought, if for a lot of people that don't have 12 by 12 cardstock, I scaled it down just a quarter of an inch so that you could get it out of a standard size piece of cardstock. It's a post-it note holder with a pen. Well, this one I've got a pencil. I went to Officeworks the other day and I was trying to find some little mini pens. I'm still trying to source some from somewhere that are a reasonable price. But I did find these little pencils that they have in Officeworks. There's a pack of 50 here, which will do me for quite a while, and especially to put in these little projects, a pencil is fine. They're $8.50. If you live in Australia, Officeworks is Australia-wide. I'm not sure about worldwide, but I know they're Australia-wide. They're J. Burroughs pencils, and there's 50 in the pack for $8.50. Worthwhile getting, nice and cheap. And also for my workshops and classes and stuff, occasionally the girls forget to bring their pencil along, so they're a handy little pack for that as well. What else did I have to tell? Oh, the post-it notes. These ones, you can get them at Officeworks as well, but I find they're a little bit expensive there. I do buy bigger packs of the bundles in Kmart. Kmart's here in Australia. I think it's Australia-wide as well. And they have mixed packs of different colours in there. So that's all for that. When I'm finished the video, I'll update and put this PDF for this little project in the files section in my group page. So you're quite welcome to go in there. I've prepped everything beforehand, so we'll get started. These are the measurements for what you will need, and this is for the shorter one, not this long one. I've scaled it down so you can get it out of a standard size piece of cardstock. The back here does have a little pocket that you can fit a business card in, or just a little, if it's on your desk, if you want a little business card in there from someone else that you want to keep, just pop them in the back there. It will hold a few in there. And the front's got the post-it note, and this is out of a set that I've got as well. I'll go through all the pieces with you as we go. The main cardstock, as I said, I've scaled it down because this original one here, you needed 12 inches by 5 3/4. This one, it's only 11 inches, so you will get it out of an A4 standard piece of cardstock. I've chosen Calypso Coral for this one. 11 by 5 3/4, and I'll show you in a minute how how to score that piece. There's not much scoring and cutting to do actually. This here is my back piece, the back pocket in there, which measures 4 3/4 by 2 1/4, and I'll show you the scoring on that in a minute. DSP, or if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up products, DSP is another name for patterned paper. So my patterned paper, and you could use up a lot of your scraps making something like this. You'll need 2 pieces, and this is for the back piece inside the pocket and the front piece here inside down in there. If you've got a directional pattern, make sure you get your direction the right way. So that'll be 2 pieces at 3 1/2 by 3 inches. One of each of those at the back and front, and then a piece at the front of your little front piece here. That measures 3 1/2 by 1 3/4. All these measurements will be in the description box of my video today as well. And then you also need one piece for the back, little back pocket here, which is 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. That's all the pieces you need. A piece of scrap white for your greeting on the front, whichever what you'd like to put there, and also a piece of the coordinating colour of your box. I've used, I've got it here, my double oval punch, so that punches out your greeting, and that one punches out your scalloped edged piece at the back. I do suggest, I did just a rough sketch. This is the smaller one as well. I did have the longer one, and this is how I scaled it down. So I knew the front was going to be the same. This here is where I had to make it smaller. So I scaled that down by 1/4 of an inch. So it was 12, so it was 1/2 inch on each piece. I had to shift my measurements that way on that. And then the back piece will be the same continuing through. But that's how I scale down. There are photos in the PDF relating to all the cuts and everything, so it'll make it easier for you to understand there. So we shall get started. The paper I'm using today, that one there and this one here, it was both out of this big pack here. It's called Delightfully Eclectic. A big double pack, and there's lots and lots of papers in there. I'm trying to use up all these little scrap bits. So I'll make a few for my market store. They usually sell well there. Now we'll get on to the scoring. I'll just move that aside. And the greeting, I got it from the Go-To Greetings, which is this, just a note, this little one here. There's a bigger one and a bigger one here if you want to make them bigger, but I thought it was nice with just the tiny one on the front of that. Now we'll get to this piece. I'll just get my trimmer out, and on the short, you want the short side first, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch on the short side. Put the cutter blade out of the road. 1/2 inch and 1 inch on that side. And then you could do it the other way and rotate across, but I turn it 180 degrees, and then I do 1/2 inch and 1 inch, 1/2 and 1 on that side as well. That way you've got nice even scoring on both sides. Then on the long side, you're going to score at 2 inches, doesn't matter which end you start from. So you want 2 inches, 2 1/2, five and 3/4, and I'll need to put my side arm out. 5 3/4. I'll move that aside for a sec. And 9 inches. 9 3/4. Right on there, and 10 1/2, and that little 1/2 inch tab will give you your to where you join the back, the easel part of the thing. So that's all the scoring we need to do. Now I'll leave this cutter here because I'm going to show you where to cut and make it nice and neat with my scissors. So this is the front section of your card. You can fold these pieces here. Actually, no, that's the back. This is the front here. You'll see there's two score lines across there. It's 1/2 inch apart. And what you're going to do to start, you're going to cut up from the outside edge up to that second score line in the middle. If you can see what I'm doing, I think that's quite clear there, that little bit there. Then you're going to cut off half of that on the score line. Cut across on the score line, which gives you halfway. Just put my little tub out, and I'm going to notch that. This is the little tab for the front section. Just trim that up a little bit more. You don't want the score lines showing. So we'll just take that bit off. It'll come off. And do the same on the other side. Flip it around 180. Cut up to the second score line. And this is the first, between the 2 and the 2.5 inch piece. When you first started to score, it's the two score lines between that you're going to work on. And then you notch that and that. So you'll end up with that piece like that. Now what you're going to do, where you need to cut it here, we're going to cut right from this other end right through on this inner score line, so not the 1/2 inch one, the 1 inch one. We're going to cut from that end right through to where you've notched this here. So if you put it in your trimmer this way, I find it easier this way. Just find my score line there. Slot that score line into the track so it's nice and even. There. And I'm going to start at this end with you're better off to have it up inside the score lines, and then you just snip the last little piece with your scissors. If you go past the score line, you're going to end up cutting your tab off. I think you can see that there. Hold that up for a sec. Excuse my head if it's in the road. I'm just aiming just the other side of the score line, and then we're going to cut that out completely, which was pretty perfect there. Normally I cut a little bit, it's popped out. So you're taking out all of those two strips, that full length. There is a little picture on the PDF to show you what you're taking off. And then we're going to do the same on this side. We can line up that score line there in the track, and you're going to cut from this bottom edge here. I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go there because then you know you're not going to go past it if you start right on that score line just at the bottom of your tab, and you're going to cut that piece out. Looks like we did it pretty perfect again. Actually, I missed, that wasn't quite on the score line, so I'm going to just move it over a fraction and trim that again. We'll trim that by hand, that last little bit. You need to take the score line off altogether. You don't want the score line showing, and I was a little bit out on my first cut. So that's those pieces taken out. So you'll end up with this. That's your center of your piece. This here is the bottom, which goes, it'll sit like this, and then you'll have that one folded up, and this, I'll show you this way. So this is your front little box here, which will go this. I'll get this trimmer out of the road for a start. So this little box is going to get glued up in here. This piece will go backwards. It doesn't matter which way you fold them to start, because you can fold them back the other way if you've done it wrong. So that one goes that way. Then this will come under. This is creating the little stand for the easel at the back. And then that one will come forward, and that it's just a concertina fold there. And then when this comes around, that will glue onto the back of that, and that gives you your little easel stand at the back there. But we'll put all the pieces on first, and you'll see I'm going to put some tear and tape on all of this as well. You always have, well, when I'm doing a box or a 3D project, I do prefer, I'm going to use the tip of my glue again. This is what I usually use. It's the top of my multi-purpose glue. I'm putting a strip of each of the tear and tape on those little tabs there, and then this very outside one on this bottom section, it will have a strip of tear and tape along there, and on the very outside, close to the score line, but on the very outside edge, outside tab. So that's those. Now it will go this way, that way, and that way. So this will come down that way. So you're going to put your tear and tape along this strip here, and right close to the score line edge. And that's pretty much all the tape you'll need on this piece so far. And then I'm going to decorate. So this piece in here will be the front of this. I don't think it was directional. It's pretty much all over the place. I'm just going to use a bit of liquid glue on this. I was going to mention also, for those of you that live in Australia, anywhere in Australia, On Stage is coming to Melbourne in March 2024. I've got the dates here. It's the 14th to the 16th. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Melbourne. If anyone's interested, there's no registration yet. It's coming out on November, where are I? November sometime. I didn't put the date. Oh, November 14th registration opens. So if you are a demonstrator and you're wanting to go, just hop on the website that day and register. I'm going with a friend. Just trying to find my glue over here. A friend of mine and I are going. We've booked our accommodation and airfares. So cross fingers nothing goes wrong between now and then. And as soon as registration opens, we shall get on and book that as well. It's well worth it. If you've never been to one before, if you're a new demonstrator, talk to your upline. They can fill you in on what it's all about. It's a wonderful experience. You'll enjoy it. It is a 3-day event this time. Sometimes they only have the 1 day, which is mostly crafting and stuff, but this one is a little bit more on the business side as well, which I don't sort of do too much business stuff. I prefer just my own little group here. But it's lots of fun. There's lots of freebie giveaways. You get a goodie bag. You get access to the new catalogue. Just have a mouthful of water. That will be the new annual catalogue. That you'll have the liberty of accessing that. So it's a wonderful event. Now I just need my pick tool, which I know I got out a minute ago, but I'm not sure where I've put it. It's still in there. What you're going to do, I've decorated these 3 pieces. I haven't done the back little pocket yet. So if you can see it this way, it's going to sit like that. So it'll go like that eventually. I'll take these little pieces off first. Put them in my little cup. And then fold that around. It's going to make the little pocket at the front nice and even on there. Give it a good press. And then the same with this one. It will fold backwards to the front pocket, that little tab, like that. Then you can take both of these off. And this will fold under, and it will just go parallel. I shouldn't have taken that other one off. It's sticking everywhere. Just hold it up. So that will go parallel down that side. If you get your bone folder in there and give it a bit of a press. And then the same on this side. Just make it parallel with that side piece. And that gives you your little front pocket where your Post-it note's going to sit. Give those a push down. This is a very quick project to do. Now this one here, it's just going to concertina fold up like that, and it will go level with the bottom at the back here. So you take this piece of tear and tape off. Actually, I didn't think I rubbed those down. I didn't do the others, but I think I pushed them with my finger a little bit. Just take the backing off this one. And if you just fold this down like so, you can pick it up and make sure it's nice and level across that bottom section there, and give it a good press. And that is all it is to do. Then we have the little pocket at the back, which I haven't scored yet, which you score this on... where's the next sheet that I had? I think it's 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Main piece, back pocket piece, 1/2 inch on 3 sides, but you want the two short sides and 1 long side. So 1/2 inch there. Move that down a little bit. 1/2 inch there. And the other short side. 1 long side will be the top of the pocket. So that's all the scoring there is to do. Now with this one, you're going to completely remove this little corner square, like so. And there, that one as well. And to get a bit of bulk out of it, we're just going to take off a notch on each tab, just like so. And on that side, just clears away a bit of the bulk in the corner. Then we can fold and burnish those score lines. Put our DSP on the front. That piece there, this is the 1.5 inch wide piece. It will sit on the front. You could do this in all different patterns if you like. It doesn't have to be all of the same pattern. I like it all coordinated. But if you've got coordinating patterns in the DSP that go together, that would look nice as well. So that piece just sits nicely in there. And that will go on the back. Now these, you need your tear and tape again on the tabs, which is there, along close to the scoring edge. I'll just use my scissors for these couple of bits. One along the bottom, not on the score line, just the other side of the score line, so it's holds it all together neatly. Give them a bit of a burnish. I'll take all 3 off at once, I think. I can't remember what I did before. This is a tricky one where you have to make sure it's all, you can push that down, and we'll put that one underneath. So I've put the two side ones underneath and that one over the top. Then all you've got to do is line it up with the bottom of this and the sides, like so, and give it a good press. How easy is that? And it's not messy. The only glue I used was to put the DSP on the card. And that is that. Then we have a little greeting. I've just stamped that, just a note on this one. I've already put my dimensionals on the back. Such a quick little project. You could knock up a few of these in an hour for little gifts for people. I know my group is loving all the little gifty things that I'm doing at the moment. So this is just another one to add to their collection. I'll put some embellishments on that one later. I didn't do embellishments on the last one, this one, but I have got some embellishments on this one, and I'll decorate them all with some embellishments. That one there, and I didn't get out another post-it note, but I will. I've got, not sure what colour I've got for that, but I'll find one. That one will go in there, and my little pencil, which I don't know where I put the other one. I'll just get one out of here, just to show you that it fits in there. That one will go all right in there as well. I'm not sure where I bought the white one, because you don't normally get white post-it notes. But I'm sure, I think I've got a pale pink one that would go nicely in that. Put those aside. And that's our little post-it note holders. And that's it from me for today. Oh, there's the other pencil that fell down in the bottom. I'll just stand those up. That's your little easel post-it note stand. I don't know if I had anything else to mention. I mentioned Melbourne. If you do need some more info on the Melbourne, as much as I know, I can help you with. But just wait until the 14th of November and you'll find out lots more. That's all I have for now. I will post the PDF for this up into my group in the next half hour or so, so hop in there and have a look. And I hope you enjoyed that today. Thanks for joining me, and have a lovely week, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.